everyone, Marian Smith here. I've got an awesome new tool that I want to share with you guys today. This is our brand new Bloom Impressions tool. It releases this weekend at CHA, and basically this little tool will make just about any style flower you want, and it's awesome because it's super easy and you get those really cute dimpled petals, just like this one. I don't know if you can really see it. This one was glimmer misted, but you get perfectly dimpled petals, and there's so many different styles that you can do with just this one tool. Here's a little peony one, so you can like open these up and make really big paper bouquets if you want to, but you can see that the petals are nice and dimpled. Here's another one, and a few more here. And here's another different style peony. These cute little ones. There's this one. So lots of fun things that you could do, lots of different styles of flowers that you can make, and I'm going to show you how to use the tool first of all, and then how to make two of these flowers. So the tool comes in two pieces. It looks like this, and this is a very high quality acrylic. It's not plastic. So you could put heat to it, you can use glimmer mist with it, and it's not going to absorb any color or ink, and it's also not going to wear down, which is really great. So it'll last a really long time, and it won't break. So what you do is you can use any flower punch that you've already got, or flower dye. I like to use petal dyes. We are coming out with our own dyes, which you'll see in the slideshow at the end of the video. And our dyes have, there's a peony dye in 2 different sizes, a rose dye in 2 different sizes, and then there's also stamens and leaves and things like that. So, and then a tick seed flower dye, which is awesome. So you want individual petals like this. These are some petals that I just punched out of a punch that I have. And then you need some water, like in a spray bottle, or you could dampen a rag and just dampen the paper, but you need to dampen the paper first. I'm going to use glimmer mist. I'm going to show you. We're going to do a peony in this video. I'm going to show you how easy it is, and then you're just going to flip it over. You want to wet both sides. You could just wet one side, but you want it to be pretty damp. I'm just going to wipe off the excess because I don't need that much moisture on there. And then you open up your tool, and you're going to place it inside the little bowl part of the tool, which is the bottom side of the tool. And for the first part, we're going to work on our outside petals first. So our outside petals, you want to make sure you push the tip of your petal, the top of your petal, all the way to the edge of the tool. And then once you've done that, you're going to take the top tool and you're just going to press down and give it a little twist, just like that. It doesn't take very much. This is vellum paper that I'm working with, but you can use any paper you want, and I'll show you which flowers are done with which papers. So you're just going to do this, and you can see perfectly dimpled little petal, and you've got that little edge curled, and you can make that edge curl even more if you just push your petal up a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and spray another petal off camera here really quick. So I just sprayed this one, and if I want more of a curled edge, I'll just push it past the edge of the tool, then hold it in place, and then smash down, give it a little twist, and then now I've got even more of a curled edge, so you can kind of see from the side view. See the curled edge on there? So I'm going to set this aside to dry. So once you've done that, you're going to set them aside to dry, and you're going to make as many as you want. And you don't have to worry about the glimmer mist being on your tool, because like I said, it won't stain, unlike your fingernails, unfortunately. So I've got some pre-made petals here that I'm going to show you. So you can see there's some where I really exaggerate that edge, and there's a really nice curled lip to the petal. And then there's some that look more like a bowl instead of a curled edge. So the ones that look like a bowl, those are the ones that you're just going to put all the way inside your tool. So when you put your petal in there, I'll grab one more for you. This one's dry. When you put your petal in there, you're going to make sure that the top of the petal is inside the bowl, and then when it goes in, it'll be completely cupped like a bowl. Alright, and I'm going to use a hot glue gun, and I just grabbed, punched out a little circle for the base of my flower. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with the outside first. So all the petals that look like a little bowl that don't have the curled over edge, you're going to set those aside. And even if they do have a little bit of a curled edge, you could still use those for your centers. But those are going to be put aside for your centers. I usually use about 4 or 5. But I'm going to work on the outside edge first. So I'm going to use a little dot of hot glue. And I'm just going to go about 1/4 of an inch in. And it's okay for it to stick up like that because we're going to bend these petals back later. And you're just going to work your way around until you've got the outside layers of a flower. You can kind of slide them around closer together if you want to. You just keep on going just like this. And I'm just working on my regular desk space here. I put paper down. And I'm a little off center on the little circle part, but as long as my petals are in a nice circle, it doesn't really matter. So keep adding all the way around. I could fit one more in there. I think I could squeeze. So little dabs of glue. Be careful not to burn your fingers. You don't have to use hot glue. I've used, actually all of these were done with Fabri-Tac instead of hot glue, but I'm using hot glue just for the video because it's faster drying. Okay, so once you've done that, then you can kind of open up your flower a little bit and bend the petals back just a tad. You don't need to do it a whole lot. Just enough to where it opens up like this. So you can kind of see the back. It's starting to look like a flower already. And this is a large flower. So and then once you've done that, you can add one more round of petals if you want to in between the two bottom petals. So if I were to add another petal to this, I would add it right there in between. So I would normally add one whole round, but I'm not going to do the whole flower because I think you guys will get the point. So for the center part, what I do is, if I could find my scissors, well, normally I would cut this little tail off right about here, but you don't really have to, I guess. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the side of the petal, just like this. I'm going to take another petal and I'm going to make sort of a little ball just by gluing them together like that. Sorry, it was off camera. Okay, and you're going to kind of make sure you're layering them the same way. So the next one's going to go on this side. It's going to cup around like that. Move it over just a little bit. So you can see how this curled edge, that is totally okay because real flowers do curl over like that, especially peonies. And then the last glue dot's going to go right here. And I'm going to tuck this side in so it kind of gives it a little bit of a cascade effect. Okay, so now you've got a cute little bud, and then you could snip this end off. I don't have my scissors handy this one time, of course. There's always something missing, but you can like crunch it and fold it over if you don't. If you're like me and you're not prepared, you don't have your scissors ready. And then that will get glued into the middle after you do your second row of flowers. And then that's how you end up having this really fun large peony flower. And I just put a little bit of stickles on my edges, but you can even add more petals to this and have an even fuller flower if you wanted to. And then the next flower that I'm going to show you is super easy. Love this flower. I'm using some little flowers I just punched out of a punch that I've got. I think it's Stampin' Up. And you're gonna do the same thing. So you're gonna glimmer mist those, little light mist on those, and flip them over, mist the back side just a little bit. I'm probably over misting a little bit, but that's okay. And then what you do is you're gonna stick the whole flower onto the tool, making sure none of the edges are sticking out. And then you're just gonna press down the middle, give it a little twist, and then you've got sort of this little bowl-shaped flower. Do the same thing with these. Give it a little twist. Set that one aside. And you want to make sure you let these dry. It shouldn't take very long to dry because they're just barely damp. But let them dry before you glue them down because you want to make sure that your glue is going to adhere properly. Alright, so I did 3 layers of those, and once they dry, they'll actually shrivel up a little bit more and they'll create even more of a bowl effect. And then you're just going to layer them on top of each other. And we did come out with stamens this release. We've got white and pearlized white, and they look like this. They come in a bunch of, I think, 160 or 180. And you could paint these, you can glimmer mist them. They will take inks and paints, and then you just make sure you dry them with your heat tool after. And what I do is I just bunch them up like this. I fold them in half. I snip off the end, put a little bit of hot glue on there, and I just stick it right in the middle of my flower. And that's what I did with this one. So you can see this one's got glitter on it. Let me focus in there for you. And here's one with some glitter stamens. Here's one with one of our Junk and Gems pieces. This is the one that we just did right now with the 3 layers. You can kind of see. But you could do all, and here's another one. This is that same one that we just did, only I used regular cardstock, and this is from our Garment District line, so this is really heavy cardstock. So you could use any kind of paper with a tool and it'll work. This is regular text weight paper, like what the same as what your binder paper would be, and you can see the backs are nice, so you can glue them down. And they're not too overly, some of them will be really dimensional depending on how you make them, but they're really fun. So super easy. This is our Bloom Impressions tool. It releases this weekend at CHA and it ships in February. We're really excited about it. I hope you guys try it and I hope you like it. And make sure you hashtag Marian Smith Designs on your Instagram or social media so we can see what you've made with it. And stay tuned for a little slideshow of some of the products that were coming out this release. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.